Hi, Jeremy Oliver here from CellarSpace TV. I'm standing at the back of Matteo's restaurant in Fitzroy, one of the great wine and food restaurants of Melbourne. And today I'm going to be attempting to answer one of the great imponderables in wine, and that question is there any such thing as a decent Pinot Noir that will cost you 25 bucks or less? Because the more you know about Pinot Noir, the more you realise how expensive it is to grow the grapes just right and how hands-on it is to make. There are no shortcuts. And a great winemaker, Tim Napstein, once said to me, Jeremy, there'll be great Pinots and there'll be cheap Pinots, but there'll be no great cheap Pinots. Well, is Tim right or is Tim wrong? Let's have a look. First up, I've got a wine from the northern part of Tassie. It's from the Ninth Island label, which is a second label for Piper's Brook. And this fruit is sourced from the Tamar and the Pipers River regions in northern Tassie. And the wine has just got a lovely young... Oh, incidentally, this and all the others I'm looking at are from the 2018 vintage. So this has got a lovely, moderately deep red colour. With Pinot, don't be too fussed if the colour isn't too deep. The main thing is that it's bright and fresh, and what you pick up on the nose and palate far outweighs what you see actually in the glass, because it can take a while to recover from the shock of bottling. Okay, smelling this wine then. Lovely florals, spicy cherries, raspberries, red fruits mainly. A little bit of spice, red rose petals. Lovely Pinot. Very fine and dusty. The cliche would be quite Burgundian, which basically means it's not too rich, not too heavy. It's got a nice line of drying tannin, vibrant fruit and really fresh acids, and it has a herbal, dusty, almost savoury aspect to the finish and fantastic acids. It's a delicious drink. I could just imagine sitting under a tree this summer with a bottle of that. Perfect. Okay, next up from the Mornington Peninsula, Stonia, 2018 vintage. Now, more colour here, just a little bit. It's still a really attractive crimson red, just a little bit of amber, but that's quite okay in young Pinot. Oh wow. This takes aroma to another level. This has just got more. More florals, more red fruit, a hint of black fruit and almost a bit of blueberry. So fragrant, so fresh. Spice, Chinese or Asian 5 spice. Fresh oak, it's cedar, it's vanilla, just sitting there in the background. Wow, that's a mouthful of Pinot for less than 25. It's luscious, it's soft, it's long, it's generous, it's translucently clear, and it's vibrant and all the cherry berry sort of underbrush character you want in a young Pinot. Finishing with some dusty herbal savoury quality again, but just, if you like, a little bit more emphasis than the Ninth Island. And finally, from the Yarra Valley, this is the Pinot Noir 2018 from Innocent Bystander. And this wine, Yarra Valley, a warmer place, the Yarra, than either of these two other regions, Tasmania or the Peninsula. And reflective of that, the wine is a little bit deeper and darker in colour. Quite normal, to be expected. And here we have sort of like it's less precise. It's floral. It's sort of like a compote, a cherry raspberry compote. Hasn't quite got the purity and intensity. Slightly squashy, slightly ripe fruit. Bit of beetroot there as well, which is a typical Pinot character. You see more of that actually on the palate. Here's a firmer, more structured, more bony, more drying, more linear wine. And it's got some charming sweet fruit, but if I'm looking for a really good Pinot, I'm looking for more of the sort of sexy, charming, willowy nature of these wines. So if I'm looking here to point them, and I guess that would conclude this little bit of a tasting that I've done. I really like the Ninth Island. Lovely floral, just fragrant, translucently clear, delicious. The Stonia takes it to another level. It's just more perfume, more opulence, but retains the elegance, whereas the Innocent Bystander is just a little bit more gritty, a little bit more firm, and the fruit just doesn't quite have the brightness and perfume of the others. So to answer Tim Knapstone's point, yes, you can get really good Pinot Noir for under 25 bucks, but my wine of the day here in this little competition, easily the Stonia 2018. And if you want to know more about these wines, all you have to do is click right here.